Some pains don't scream, they whisper. They whisper when you see someone doing better, smiling wider, living louder, and you start to wonder, when will it be my turn? You try harder, you work longer, but the emptiness only grows. You tell yourself you're fine, but deep down, you're tired of pretending. You've forgotten how it feels to be enough. But what if I told you? The real reason you're unhappy isn't because others are ahead, it's because you've stopped seeing your own journey as special. You've turned your blessings into burdens by comparing them to someone else's story. This isn't just another tale, it's a mirror. A story that will help you see how peace begins the moment you stop measuring your life against others. Stay with me till the end, and you might just find the happiness you've been chasing all along. Long ago, there was once a young man who carried a quiet sadness no one could see. On the outside, he smiled, laughed, and played his part in life. But inside, he lived with a constant ache, the feeling that he was never enough. Every morning, he woke up and measured himself against the world. His friend bought a new phone, and he felt small. His neighbor's son got a better job, and he felt late. Someone else's success became his failure. Someone else's laughter became his noise. He didn't know when it began. Maybe the day he saw others moving ahead, or maybe the moment he stopped believing that his own time would come. But slowly, he became a prisoner in his own thoughts, chained by comparisons that no one else could see. He worked harder every day, not because he wanted to grow, but because he wanted to catch up. And no matter how far he went, it was never enough, because someone was always ahead. One evening, exhausted from chasing shadows, he sat outside and watched the sunset. He noticed something he had never paid attention to before: birds flying across the sky. Some flew fast, some slow. Some flew together, others alone. Yet all of them reached home before night fell. None competed, none compared. They just flew. That moment broke something inside him. He whispered to himself, "Maybe I've been flying wrong all this time." The next day, he met an old man at a small roadside tea stall. The man's clothes were simple, his face calm, his smile peaceful. The young man looked at him and wondered how someone with so little could look so content. He asked, "How do you stay so peaceful when everyone else is running ahead?" The old man smiled gently and said, "Because I stopped running a race that was never mine." He continued, "Son, comparison is like drinking salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. You look at others and think they are happier, richer, better, but you only see their sunshine, not their storms. Everyone carries a struggle you cannot see." Those words hit deep. The young man realized he had been living like a mirror, always reflecting others, never seeing his own reflection clearly. He went home and made a promise to himself. "From today, I will only compare myself to who I was yesterday." Days turned into weeks, and the more he practiced gratitude, the lighter he felt. He stopped checking what others were doing. He stopped chasing what wasn't his. Instead, he focused on becoming better, little by little, reading more, working quietly, praying sincerely. And something beautiful began to happen. He started smiling again, not because life became easier, but because he finally accepted it. His heart grew peaceful, his mind quiet. He realized happiness doesn't come from being ahead of others, but from walking your own path with purpose. Years later, someone asked him, "What changed you?" He smiled and said, "Nothing outside, everything inside." He learned that peace is not found when life is perfect. It's found when comparison ends. Because once you stop competing with others, you start connecting with yourself. So, if you're listening to this, stop chasing what others have. Stop thinking you're behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Your story is unfolding in its own time, just like everyone else's. Remember this: a flower doesn't bloom by watching another. It blooms when it's ready. And so will you. Stay true to your path. Be patient with your process. And never forget, your only competition is the person you were yesterday. If this story touched you, don't forget to subscribe, because here, we share stories that teach English through wisdom and remind you that peace is not a destination, it's a decision.